Let's go.
Said it's your boy, P Original, Mr. Influential. Hot topic conversation, stimulate your mental. Two cool brothers, same father, same mother. If you're looking for a show like this, you'll never find another. Why? Cause it's the Porch Podcast to come on. Yeah, said it's the Porch Podcast. Yup, said it's the Porch Podcast to come on. Yeah, said it's the Porch Podcast.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P Original, baby. Welcome back, y'all. Y'all know as we say each and every week, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you.
Yep,
New week.
new episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Happy New Year.
Happy New
How about that?
Year. Let's
How
clap
about
it
that?
up.
Word is bound. You know what I mean? Sayonara to 2025.
Oh, look at you, sayonara. Oh,
And-
who used to say that a lot on the cartoons? Was it the Ninja Turtles?
They probably did.
Probably was.
They
yeah.
probably did.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about. There was
Yeah,
somebody in particular.
yeah. I
used to
think it
be
was
like,
the Ninja Turtles, man.
It might, yeah. I think it was them, but I still think you
It
talking
was
about. It might have been
somebody
like
that was a ninja or something.
Nah, I want to take it all the way back to like Yosemite Sam type. It wasn't him, obviously, but
Can you imagine?
Looney Tune type of jump.
Can you imagine? Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, it was like
Either him or Daffy Duck too.
Yeah, one of
It was
them.
one
I'm
of
like,
them.
nah. I know
I
the
think
Ninja
it was Bugs or
Turtles.
Sayonara. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bro. It was somebody before them Ninja Turtles, man.
Speaking of which, I got a little rabbit live out front of my house, man.
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple of them now. I
Scared the
don't.
hell out of my mother-in-law the other day. She
Oh
said,
no, they can move.
he thought she said he live here.
Yeah,
man, he
I'm
live
sure.
here. He live here.
Yeah, but nah, they you know, I know what you're talking about. If you ain't ready for them, and they just, you know, it might be something stupid, you know, trash can, a bush, any dumb thing, man.
Other
Yeah, I know
day,
what you're talking about.
me and Lee going to the store. You know, our grocery Sunday.
Yeah,
right?
doing your one too, like y'all usually do.
Walking out to the car,
Uh huh.
and I seen him just sitting there. He's sitting right in his spot. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And when she opened the car door in the driveway, it kind of like the door kind of swings like to his spot. So he just backed up a little bit like this.
Yeah, sizing up the moment.
Looked at us like,
Yeah. So everybody all
and
right?
Lee, and Lee was like, he just gonna stand. I said, babe, he live right there. As soon as we leave, he gonna go right back to that spot.
Yeah.
Sit right back there. He live out front. He the guard.
And they only gonna go, where you want me to go? I live right here. Like, oh, you don't want me. Okay, all right, so you want me to step off.
Yeah,
I don't have nowhere to go. I live here,
I
dog.
live
Like,
here, man.
if you leave, I'll go in the house. You was about to go somewhere anyway. You know what I'm saying? You act like I'm in your way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. That's
I
what's up,
named
man.
him. I just named him. It's B Rad.
Yeah. That's what's up. So anyway, man, New Year, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna ask you how's it been so far? We're only a
Great.
few days in.
Bless.
Hopefully, it stays consistent, right?
Bless.
It
Yeah.
should.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
you ever notice in life when you starting to hit your stride? And like I really realized that, you know, probably like the top of the year, just the other day. But it's funny how I said the top of the year and it was just the other day.
Both are true.
But the way I said
Both are true.
I probably noticed it the way I said like
Yeah,
that
you know, a
was
little something took place relatively recently. You know,
Yeah.
top of the year.
top of the year.
The other day.
But nah, I just realized my how I'm focused and how like, you know, I'm just flowing,
Yeah,
but in the right direction.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No question.
I'm at my own pace, my own speed. I know I'm blessed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't be angry like that.
No,
You know what I mean?
No.
Like it's just a good place.
Well,
It's a peaceful place.
Yeah, and you know, I think that because you take notice of it in the first place, you can address it. You can work on it a little bit
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
So, you know what I mean? First off, you know, this is toast.
Different
New
type of
Year,
ice cubes
you know,
you
my
get.
say that.
Joints.
Yeah, keep it light. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Light, it's early in the year. You know, as the year goes on, we'll switch it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But may this year be even more, you know, blessed and prosperous for you and the family.
Yeah, you too as well. Yep.
Appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, like you, bro. You know what I mean? Early in the year, excited about the new year. 25 was what it was. I'm quite sure everybody has a list of things that they're glad they can put behind them, and there's a list of things that they want to address in the new one. Mm-hmm. So, that's a good thing that, we have this opportunity because there's so many people who do not. So I'm excited about, like I said, breaking through some barriers. There's a few things that I had to take notice about myself. We've, discussed these different things just in general. You know what I mean? Just to tighten it up. You ain't got to be doing bad to do better. And I think that's one of the things going into a new year. A lot of us come from this place like, yo, man, I got to eliminate this, that, and the third. Yeah, of course, we got some things we got to get rid of or some things we got to do differently. But create a list of things that you're doing all right, too. You just want to do even better. Mm-hmm. That way you don't feel like you always working from a place of negativity. Right. Right? You're like, oh, man, I got to change this. I got to get back in the gym. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I feel in the morning. I don't like, whatever the case may be. Yeah, those things there. Address them. Mm-hmm. But then develop a list of things, too, that you're doing pretty good. And say, look, I'm going to do even better this year with it.
Because it builds momentum.
There you go.
What it is we, a lot of times when a person says a New Year's resolution, it takes, depending on how they take it, some people fall in the right category. Some people take it and say, I want to work on this, right? I want to do this. Some people say, I ain't doing this no more. I ain't doing that no more. It just ain't good for me. And you realize the words that you're saying, sometimes you just focusing on the negativity, not focusing on, I'm doing great over here, but I need to be doing better over here. And when you put them both side by side, it builds momentum. Absolutely. If you look at life, and if you look at anything you want to look at, video games, money, no question, all that type of stuff. No question. It's a point system. Mm-hmm. Like, well, if money is your point system, okay, the more money you make, the higher points. The higher points you get. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Some people it's an attention thing. The likes, followers. That's right. Things of that nature. Okay. Makes them feel like they're here. Now, nothing's wrong with either one. No. Because that's what motivates you. Exactly. But we've been taught that if we look at money like that, or even look at social media and attention like that, we're kind of superficial in a sense. But it could be, two things could be true. And we say it all the time. Two things can be true at the same time. So, because at the end of the day, if your goal is to be a content creator, there you go. Then if the likes and the follows, that's important. Absolutely. Because you're trying to build an income from that. Absolutely. So my point I'm making is, you got a fortune cookie in your pocket? No, I had wrote something down, bro. You know how something pop in your mind? Yeah. I had just grabbed the receipt real quick that was laying there, and I just wrote down what it was, but I wanted to mention it tonight. So I like how you pulled your notes. So no, it's not a fortune cookie, but it is. Yeah. Go ahead and mention. But that's all I'm saying is, basically what we're saying is, when you say write the list of things you're doing good, absolutely, that's your point system. Absolutely, that's your points. You're looking at the points. So at the end of the day, you always want to gain points. For example, I do Duolingo, right? I'm on like a 1,062 day streak. And I do it, even sometimes during that streak, I would just come up and do a lesson that took me 3 minutes and get right back off of it. But I did it to watch that day go up, that point go up. It was a form of motivation. It made me realize, if I really want to do something, I can do it. Oh yeah, because it ain't really that important, but it became important. There you go. See, it's how you make things important to yourself. Another person's point system might be saying, I'm losing weight. So their game is to subtract points. There you go. They playing golf and make it important to themselves, to themselves, like you just said. That's a great point. They playing golf. Yeah. Because you try to do it. Absolutely. But more importantly than the game, right? I see what you're going with doing with that point system wise. But more importantly than the game, I think the point that was powerful in what you just said was they make it important. Right. They make it important. But I say this all to say, because a lot of people say a resolution because it sounds good. Yeah. But don't put certain things into play. Yeah. to make it happen.
Yeah, well, we covered the resolution, and first off, resolution is close to the word reset.
Right.
It both start with RES. You know what I mean? So we kind of made that connection before.
Right.
So resolution seems to just flow off the tongue because it gives you this reset mentality.
Right.
But once again, it's very difficult for a person to build from a negative, because you just got to do enough positive just to get even.
Right.
Before you can even excel and go to the next level.
Go.
But when you create that list of things that are already positives in your life, it's like, yo, I can build from here a lot differently. You know what I mean? The foundation is already fortified. It's already structurally sound.
If I can do this many days, or do this, keep doing this consistently well, what made me get, I wasn't always like this. What made me get this way? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And that's because you just made it important.
Yeah. And like this quote right here, I want to get to tie that to that.
Right.
Number one, you made it important.
Yeah.
Once you prioritize something as well,
go.
That's the other word along with important, then it becomes a regular regimented thing. It
becomes a priority.
And then it becomes something that is very, it has to happen for you.
Right.
You don't even feel right unless you're doing this thing.
Washing up.
Why not?
Right.
Why not? I don't have anything slick, crazy, or nothing to say about that. Because how's it go? Cleanliness is next to
godliness.
Cool. So I would say,
if you want to be a god, you want to smell good.
I didn't do that, because he's doing a lot more than I was doing at the moment. But I just think that. So let me give you this quote of the day, man. You know what I mean? Any new beginning is forged from the shards of the past, not from the abandonment of the past.
There you go.
So it just brought, everything you said to me brought that full circle into the concept of what the quote of the day is. Now, once again, to repeat it, any new beginning is forged from the shards of the past, not from the abandonment of the past. So you don't have to, some people are so busy trying to escape things, like you say, resolutions, and they're trying to run away from it. No, remember how it made you feel.
Yeah.
Because see, that right there, that reminder will keep you honest. It'll keep you, like we just said before, it'll keep it a priority for you.
Right.
Right? It'll keep it as something that you make important to you.
Right.
So that's the thing that we have to look at as well, right? Because it's easy for us to always identify with the things that trip us up. Well, what about the things that held us up?
There you go. Because if you trip,
right,
and then and you're held up, you really didn't fall.
Right.
It's the way you say it and put it out there in the world. Yeah. I did this great, but I want to do this. I want to work on this and get improvement in this area.
Yeah.
And I want to do this better.
Yeah.
At the same time, by getting improvement.
Yeah.
And if you listen, you're saying the same thing, because you didn't do this well, but you want improvement, which makes you do this better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then on this side, you've been doing it good, but you want to do it better than that. You want to level up. So they all mean the same thing. So when you say it that way, because your words is powerful.
Yeah. Well, and
you write it that way, even if you journal or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
So you use some more positive words, right? So all right, brings me to this point, right?
Right. You said the shards.
The shards.
Yeah.
We already know the shards, the cuts. You know what I mean? You remember, you look at the cuts and you survive the cuts. You understand what I'm saying?
There you go.
And but every time you look at them, you remember. Right? Any scars that you have on your body, you remember every one. You could tell that same thing. You can almost look at that scar
and feel it.
And feel it again.
Yeah.
Because you remember how that made you feel. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go around and get cut by things.
No.
What I am saying is the shards, like it says in the quote of the day.
I could look at this scar right here on my thumb, and my wrist automatically starts to go like this, because I had sprained my wrist.
Because you know exactly how you, right. Mm-hmm. And so what happens a lot of times is we try to forget those parts.
Yeah.
But the scars are there to remind us of the things that we experienced, and more importantly, the things that we overcame.
Yep.
Right? The pain didn't last forever. And we're stronger because of it. So it's a different situation altogether. So I'll say this, right? Like, we do this thing, he's like still looking at his hand like he forgot it was there or something for half a second. So we did this thing, me and the family, vision boards.
Right.
For people who do them, you know exactly what they are. Right. For people who don't, I know you could pretty much just fill in the blank. A vision board is they did books, I did a board. It's a series of things that you bring together that you're supposed to be able to put on a board or either a page of sorts and look at it daily. Like, don't just create the vision board. The objective is to create the vision board and keep it in your line of sight. Literally, keep your vision. So it starts in this vision, but once you create it, it's to be continuously there to support your eye vision as well as your mind. I was telling my wife today, and I'll pose this question to you. Even though she kind of gave me her answer, we had a similar answer. In the kinds, you've done vision boards before, right?
A very long time ago, and every year I said, I got the boards, the plain papers.
You got the stuff that you need and everything.
I still haven't done one.
Okay. So I asked her a question about in regards to the vision board, because I said to her when we were going through developing our boards, I said, I need more time. I need more time. And it's a good thing, and I want to put this in the universe of what we're talking about right now. But it's funny because the vision board concept becomes a really big idea and conversation near the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Even though its purpose is to keep you on track throughout the year.
Right.
So I said to my wife, I said, wow, when you get ready to make a vision board going into the next year, what is the fuel, right? Like we just discussed just now, it's easy to create the things, the places that you want to work on in your life that's bad or you need improvement in. And a lot of times we focus on those things, not realizing that some of those things, we've been carrying them over and over and over for years. We don't even realize it. Mm-hmm. I sat back and I looked at a series of my vision boards, and there were certain words that was just on there that were repetitive. Success, prioritize, family, God. It was certain words. I was like, wow, that was on that year. And I'm watching, bro. And I'm saying to myself, Peter, did you work on them, right? Or are they easy to put there because you didn't work on them? Or because you didn't max out on that?
Now, wait a minute. Say it again?
Like, did you put these things on there consistently, every year, repetitively?
Because you haven't worked on them.
Because you haven't worked on them. And you know it because, and here's the point that I was making to her, instantly when you get ready to start making the vision board, it comes right to you.
Yeah.
Well, where is that out throughout the year where it doesn't come to you as easily to do it, like you say, when you don't make it a priority or you don't make it
how about this?
A regular thing. So,
vision board starts the year.
Okay.
I don't know nobody who talked to somebody that's supposed to be so important one time a year or every day in a year about the exact same thing. So what should be happening is vision board, and then you should have a vision board tree underneath. January, what did you do to work towards it? Okay.
So you're going where I'm going. You're going where I went. Go.
What did you do to work towards it? What did you learn? Where did you get shard at?
Yeah. Yes.
In January on that.
Yes.
Or what related to your vision board, what did you feel? Because all you doing is writing your emotions and your feelings out for you to see.
That's
it. Why are we only doing it
once a year?
You should be doing it.
And does it become not an excuse, but does it become something that we overlook but have readily available that we know that we need to address? Why is it so prevalent in terms of a thought at the time of creating a vision board, but it does not stay there, right? And it's because of what you said before. We don't make it, important. We don't make it a priority. Like I was saying, we don't prioritize those things, even though it keeps coming up year after year after year after year. I'm telling you, I called the wife. I'm sitting there last night when I'm looking at the boards because of where I got them positioned. I'm just looking at them and I said, yo, these words keep bouncing on all of my boards. But what am I doing towards being able to make them better? Because I think, once again, most of the time when you think about creating a list of something that you want to improve on, a vision board or anything like that, it's always heavily focused on the things that you are not doing well. Mm-hmm. Or not at the level you want to. Seldomly do you put on there, I've excelled this year, 25 going into 26. I wanted to go from level 1 to at least level 5. I went to level 7. I did great. We're going to keep pushing going into the next year. That makes sense. But if you put all of these things into one space, does it ever really truly have an opportunity to grow?
Here's the thing.
What's that?
Sitting here and thinking about everything you're saying right now and how my life went that way before I knew what a vision board was. At 15, I wanted to start DJing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to sell drugs like a lot of my friends had started doing.
Yeah. I got you. Yep.
So I started DJing. And I was pulling out old turntables and just doing, and that stuff had been sitting in the house for years. Why then, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted something to keep my attention. I think really what it was is we used to play video games together, then everything, next thing you know, everybody was doing what they was doing.
Everybody was doing, yep.
Right?
Yep, moving on, yep.
So when you get tired of the video game, so I wanted to be creative. So I started playing with the turntables.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm playing with them in the house, but me and McGirt connect. That's how we get tight. Shout out to DJ Ronsky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what up, bro?
I start DJing a little bit outside because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Never was getting gigs on my own or nothing. Somebody hire him, I just go with him. You know, he basically had an opener back then, and we didn't even realize it, right? So I was opening up. Didn't even realize what I was doing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying this because in this process, I did this every day and got better and better and better and better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So fast forward to by the time around 1920, he decides to go off to the Army. First thing I want to know is, damn, I ain't going to really never get no real gigs like that no more because I was getting them through him.
Mm-hmm.
Before you know it, I don't know how it happened. I ended up in the bar the next year.
Okay.
I vet. That's what it is. Right?
Okay.
Boom. Once I was in the bar, it gave me something instantly 3 times a week for me to work on a craft in the pub now.
Yep.
But my point is, every day I kept doing it.
That's right.
And doing
the regimen, yeah.
It never stopped. I would
do
that I would DJ every day in the crib.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when these moments came, I was just ready.
He was ready.
Every time technology would change, it went from record to the CD turntables. I sat there and literally bought a CD burner and played all my record singles and turned them into CD singles.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
The dedication and everything, it became important, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I got you. I'm right.
But I visioned myself growing and growing. Now look at me today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It goes as far as you wanted to go.
Absolutely.
But it has to become important. And that's anything.
That's anything. I agree with you. No, bro. Like you said. And all you did was give some context to how it started and then what it became and then how it maintained. You know what I mean? You just gave a timeline of how everything, like most things go.
When I started, all it did was do like this.
Right. Then
when I stopped, it would stop here. It never fell back. It just stay right there. Yeah. And I pick it right back up and it just keep going. Yeah. That's when you know you're in purpose.
Well, yeah, like
and
I
see it happening to you right now. I kid you not. I see it right now.
But the main thing is the habits of things, right? Like habits. Like usually if you develop a good habit, you can actually literally almost transfer it to anything. Like most of your people who are heavily disciplined, they're not disciplined in just one thing. They're disciplined in quite a few things. Like discipline is part of their DNA at this point. You know what I mean? So the question, because I wanted to ask you, the question that I asked her was, do you think, you said you never did it, but you have done forms of it. You know what I mean? Do you think that most people's vision boards are created from a place of a greater percentage of things that they have not done or things that they desire to do better?
That's a great, you came up with that by yourself?
I'm telling you, I was sitting there looking at my, I'm telling you, I was looking at my own vision board
crazy.
And I just
not that you can't, it's just,
I understand.
That's a good damn question.
I mean, I think it was repetitive.
Honestly, I think, I'm not saying that they don't want to improve in life, but if majority of their vision board is about things they have not done yet, it's not a bad vision board at all.
Not at all.
But it's probably a little more simpler.
I think when things don't change, like you say all the time, if nothing changes, nothing changes. It's easy to bring the things that don't change over.
Like a person might say, "Ooh, I want to get my passport and leave the country," and that's a big deal to them.
Yeah,
but that's just them filling out paperwork, not taking away from it.
Right.
But when a person says, "I want to do something better," it may require a little bit more effort. For example, if somebody's in the bodybuilding,
right,
I want to get more gains. They got to put in more work,
right,
more discipline,
right,
more. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or if somebody is in the music industry and they're producing, they say, I want to get 5 placements a month with beats. Mm-hmm. And they only getting 2, which means 5 records picked their songs that became singles.
Okay.
That made placements. That's what it is. And they get that. It's going to require them to put in more work of producing and things of that nature. Just, you know what I mean? It's just creativity, period. It's going to take more focus.
Absolutely.
Even if the work is just learning and absorbing more, it's going to take that. That's how I say the things that they want to do better. That's what I mean by that.
I think, so when I answered the question to her, I said, I think it's a 70-30 concept depending on the person.
Oh, absolutely.
70% of it is things that you have never truly invested yourself totally into.
Right.
And 30 of it is things that you feel like are easy.
Yeah.
Right? So there's this
That's how it would be for me.
And that may be the case. But once again, just to kind of reiterate what you have said to me in the past about a multitude of different things, if nothing changes, nothing changes. I developed that question because I watched the fact that every time I was making those boards, there were certain words that were just coming over. And I had to look at them and say, well, you know, are these words there because I need to continue to build from the point, like you said, as you were elevating, even if you stopped, you never slid backwards. You kept going forward once you kind of, you know, kicked it into gear again. It's the same thing. So if nothing changes, nothing changes. If I get to the point where I'm bringing these things over yearly, but I'm gaining small gains every year, then it's fine. I should bring it over because it needs to come over because there's more room to grow.
Because it's fuel there too.
Right. But sometimes what we do is we either abandon things too early,
right,
or we never we never give it a full chance to even live in the first place.
Now, what's funny about that, how you say you abandon things too early,
right?
You could do that within doing the right thing. And what I mean at the same time is in my DJ career, there's certain things that I was afraid to go try to do because I had a regular, bless you, regular 9 to 5.
I knew it was 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A regular 9 to 5.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it was decent. It was working.
Mm-hmm.
But I always used to want to be in radio, TV, and film. I could have really been an intern somewhere.
Yep.
Did something like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Worked on that at a young age.
Yep.
Can't think about doing that now once you got mortgages and family and all that type of stuff. But back then, I should have been trying to do that. Yeah.
We seldomly create things from a good base.
Right.
Most of the time,
it's a good base,
when we're talking about things that we want to improve on, it's from the list of things that we really struggle at.
Yeah.
We really haven't really applied ourselves to, or we keep talking about it, but we're not actively trying to do any of it.
Right.
The things that we have been doing consistently,
right,
even though it's been small gains, they don't get the same level of attention because sometimes, once again, it gets viewed as the easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. That's the difference in the situation. If we identify with the things that's going to make us better across the board, i.e. most of the time it's our practices, they will have a profound effect across the board. Mm-hmm. It's easy for another person who's watched your elevation tell you from the outside looking in, yo, I think you're doing great, bro, because this is where I saw you before and this is where I see you now. Because you don't never see yourself like other people totally see you. But
a lot of times when you living in it, you're so focused that it's not that you don't notice the gains, but you're going with it. So you don't notice it.
Or it's not happening as fast as you want it to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but somebody else might say, look how quick you did that.
Right. Yeah. Because they're not with you. You're with yourself all the time. So there's things that you don't, whatever it is, like I said, you don't see it. But then again, the glaring things are the things that never get any attention.
That's like whenever I lose weight. I use a perfect example. Whenever I lose weight, my wife don't notice it because she sees me every day.
Yeah.
She said, babe, I don't even... Yeah, I'm down 20 right now, babe. Like, you don't see that?
Yeah, and it's just like you said. No. It's just because we see each other every day. Yeah, and that's how life works, right? So that's why I wanted to, just talking about that.
Even like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even like your hazel eyes, right? Your eyes never stood out like another person's hazel eyes to me, right? I know it sounds wild.
No, it don't.
Because I've seen you my entire life.
You talking about just because it's regular, it's normal.
It's regular, it's normal. Your moms didn't stick out.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely get it. It's like you said, the analogy or the example you used earlier. You could be losing weight and you with your significant other. They don't. I mean, maybe they're not noticing it like other people. You may come around somebody else who ain't seen you in a month.
Yeah, but like,
yo, what you doing? You doing something, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
powder.
I knew it. That's why I went like this on time. I knew it was coming. It was something. He had to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I went like this, and he was right on time.
Yeah, it is, though. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Listen, we all on the move, y'all. I got something for y'all today that's gonna make you go wow when you see it. I got something that, because you gotta travel anyway, you're on the move, whether it's business or leisure or whatever it may be. Right here. Super dope bag from a super dope company called Ugly Duckling. Makes men and women apparel, top-notch stuff, quality stuff. Let me stop talking about it and let y'all see the bag. That's really what you want to see anyway, right? First off, can we talk about how it come in a nice little netted bag here? You know what I mean? I think that's pretty good. Logo on the front right here, Ugly Duckling. Can we look at the quality of the stitching? Look at the stitching, y'all. Beautiful. Now you check this out. You see how you got the swan? Yeah, that's nice, right? We're going to take our time. We're going to turn around and hit it with this right here. Bam! See that on the back? They ain't sparing no expense. Bam! Look at this in the back. Huh? I didn't put that on there. That's part of it, bro. That's part of it. That's part of what it comes with. Look at the style. They want to make you... Ugly Duckling. Oh, Ugly Duckling. Yeah, that's who made this right here. Yeah, uglyduckling.com. Oh, yeah, got this and a whole bunch of other stuff. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I ain't gonna keep no secrets from y'all when I find a company that do it right. Huh? It's only right that I share this with y'all. So you make sure, if you in the market right now for some top quality apparel, i.e., look at my young vet salute, Jersey Cat apparel, and now, Ugly Duckling. Make sure y'all go check them out, man. Check that website out. I'm telling y'all, man. You're gonna love it. All right? That's all I got to say about that. But make sure y'all go to today for this bag and all the other super dope stuff they got. Y'all be good. I got a trip I'm on. I'll see y'all later. Get y'all bag. I got mine. Peace, man. Woo.
So, coming in, it's a little off topic, but coming in, it's still with the new year. Have you been watching any new entertainment, new TV, or start binge watching any particular show?
Yeah, I've been watching some shows.
Yeah. No, I'm saying anything new that might have been out already. I know. This sounds crazy. No.
Yeah, I got a few shows that I mean.
So I've been binge watching Bel Air.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know it's old. You know what I mean? I know it's old.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Okay.
How did you feel? Did you watch the first season?
I did.
When you seen Carlson hit that powder for the first time, how did you feel? Like, what kind of Bel Air was this?
I think what it was is that you, once again, we connecting it to the original series of what we seen. So, I'm not trying to be funny, but it looked odd because it wasn't in alignment with the... If Carlton in the original series had a substance abuse problem, it would be on par with the original story.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that he has a substance abuse problem in the new one, it's weird because, like, no, that's not even on par with the character.
But me, I liked it.
That's crazy. Right? What did you like about that?
No, because I knew that I was going to be significant in the story, right? So watching film and watching people write scripts and stuff, because I'm really interested in that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm really interested in that. It's really a person like Carlton in Bel Air, struggling with anxiety and depression, and probably hitting that powder the way he do that like that. So it's like a reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reality. So they trying to get, because a lot of times sitcoms, you know what I mean, was a little like, that ain't gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think at the time when we would watch, especially coming up,
it was a different time on TV.
Well, it was a bird's eye view into a world that we maybe never would have seen.
Right.
So even some of the things that they showed us, it was on par with things that we kind of speculated. Like, them living in this mansion in Bel Air. I'm quite sure us being from the East Coast, maybe people who from the West Coast who know Bel Air maybe they felt a little bit different. I don't know. You know, we from here, so I think that there was always the allure of it. But has always been like how much of it could be accurate,
and that's the stuff. That, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but I'm just saying how I'm not saying, but the script of it itself.
No, you like the process of
it. I like how it is because these are the type of shows we see in the 20s.
I think the show is good.
Oh yeah,
I think it has its own identity, even though it has the same name as.
Oh yeah.
I think it has its own identity. Yes. I think what they did was they kind of brung some of. I don't know, y'all.
I'm just trying to get you.
I don't know, y'all. I'm actually almost a little scared. I gotta stop
messing with you.
I'm almost kind of scared, man. Like I don't know. It's a new year, but apparently it's the same ink. You know what I mean? But I just think that it has its own identity, even though it shares a name, and we know where the original story came from. But I do think that it's a pretty good show. I have not seen anything outside of season 1. I don't have Peacock, the streaming service, so
I got it. Yeah.
At some point or another,
might be on a joint though.
Maybe I'll see it at some point. It's okay.
No, it is on the but I mean,
but I know what you mean. Shows I've been watching and stuff like that.
No, I just really been more. It seems like I've been more into just the writing of shows. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's something that I'm really starting to get interested in. I don't know if that's something I might be getting ready to do. I don't know, because it just sticks out like really how shows are written now. Mm-hmm. And it just I don't know. It just in a sense fascinate me in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right now. So even if it's not on right there, I never would wanted that show to be exactly like the first show. I like how sometimes the bloggers will speak on how, you know what I mean, they see it from this perspective, that perspective, and all that, and then even how it just makes writing such a big deal to me now. That's all.
Yeah. So I mean, this quote here, I want to read it. Year's end is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. So it's a continuum of things. I think when you look at something having a end and a beginning, I don't know if how can I say, it kind of probably lose some of its value to some degree. Mm-hmm. Like there's certain things, bro, when I sat back and I'm telling you, when I really, really analyzed this board, that I realized about myself. And so I started asking myself questions. Are you lying to yourself? I know that sounds crazy. Like, damn, are you lying to yourself?
No, you checking yourself. That's what you're doing.
You know, are you lying to yourself? Mm-hmm. Is it easy to put certain things into the universe that you know that requires more of you, that if you don't give all of yourself to these things that you can live with?
Right.
See, the thing about shortcomings, you'll start living with them after a while.
Sure will.
At some point or another, a shortcoming becomes a limitation, right? You say, well, apparently I just can't do that. Even though you understand in life it's more to it than just sitting back and hoping things work out, we know it's a collective effort of things, right? There's things that has to continuously be worked on regularly, especially as we get older, different things in our life. If it was more difficult, you got to think about it. If it was difficult for you, and I use this loosely, to work out regularly when you were younger, probably going to be extremely difficult for you to start doing it now that you're older. Not just because of the physical differences in it, but mentally, it was never nothing that you put at high regard. It just makes you wonder about the other things. I just want to make sure, like last year, our word was intentional. We talked about it. That was our word all through 2025. I just want to make sure that I'm not lying to myself, right? I'm not creating this soft place to actually live in and not pursue the thing that I think or the things that I want to do.
So it's basically honesty.
You're being honest, right? Yeah. But I want to make sure, I want to take that number when I was saying the piece, when I was talking to her, and I said it was 70-30. I believe it was 70% still bringing over things that I've never really probably addressed, right, and 30% about things that, I think are relatively easy because I've been actively working on them. I want to flip it. I'm not saying that I necessarily need to have it, 70-30, but I at least want to be more.
I understand what you're saying.
Even kill with things than anything else.
You value all these things for the fact. That's the fact why they on the list, because you value everything that you wrote down.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
Nobody's looking at a negative vision. They want to see a positive vision.
Exactly.
So what you're basically explaining and stating is, I want to work on everything the way I need to for everything to gain momentum and be successful.
Yeah.
Whether it's finances, health, creativity, spiritually, all that type of stuff. For example, you put God. If God is always on your vision board and you're a Christian, read the Bible. That's basically just what you got to do.
And not only read that, but digest it.
Exactly.
Right? If you don't get it the first time, read it again.
Read it again.
Right? A lot of us go through, remember I told you before, man, we go through regiments of things to say that we did it. Remember, I told you we live in a world full of possession.
Yeah.
People want to just possess things. It ain't necessarily got to be that they have a super value for it. They just want to be able to say they own it.
Right.
Right? And so when you turn around, even like you said, using that you reading the Bible as an example, if you read the Bible, and you can quote certain scripture and certain things, but if you don't live your life according to certain things, then you just read it and you can just tell people you read the Bible. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's me with this situation. I understand when I'm actively doing something and when I'm actively thinking about doing something. And there's a difference in that. And I just need to just be, you know what I mean? Like I said, I need to find a way to be comfortable enough to create lists of things that I do well, give myself some credit for those things and consistently work on it, and see if I could take some of that mindset and transfer that into the things that seem to not be getting enough information or not enough information, not enough, work towards it to be better. Like, that's my thing. You know what I mean?
And the thing is this. I said all the way back in episode 1, consistency.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to be consistent with it is. But if you're having a hard time getting started, something me and you was just talking about, the final week of the regular season in the NFL was just this past weekend.
Right.
And it was certain games. We seen stars out there running, playing hard, going crazy. We like, what if they get hurt? They going to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Then we both said, wait a minute, they got there for them incentives.
Mm-hmm.
See how hard they was going for that incentive?
Yeah.
Honestly, or whichever way you can do it, to create an incentive for yourself.
There you go.
It makes you work hard.
There you go.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Rico Dow. I seen a post today said Rico Dow.
Mm-hmm.
He needs 7 yards for $1 million. Very next play, he got the 7. Got the $1 million bump incentive right there.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have scored another touchdown, I'm glad he didn't, because we beat them even though they still going to the play. But I kind of wish he would have now, because it didn't matter anyway.
Okay.
He would have got an extra $250,000.
Yeah.
1.2.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
But those are incentives for your ass.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But you create your own version of that in this area.
Yeah, but I think those things are easier because, once again, bro, those incentives are set at the beginning of their contracts.
Yes.
Which lends back to what I was saying before.
And the vision board, give yourself an incentive.
Right, give yourself an incentive. But not only that, like I said, revisit the board. Like I told
you have to.
Like I told my wife. I asked her, I said, how often do you look at the boards? Like, if you're consistently creating different vision boards every year, but once you're done with it, after the first of the year, first week or two, or maybe even a month, then you close the book.
Right.
And you never go back to it, then how do you know how to stay on par with the things that you need to? Remember, you create this list. You create this board. It's not like there's somebody who's actually creating the board for you. This came out of your mind, that you wanted to be able to create a series of things that you look at every day visually that keeps you on par, keeps you on point with whatever you need to keep, stay on point with to get things done. There are some things that's going to be on your board that that you may not accomplish in 1 year. And some of those things, yes, you need to be getting a little bit better every year. Some of those things, yes, it may be, I'm only going to get 15% better this year in it because of whatever else may be attached to it. Not that I'm not actively working towards it, but 15% is better than no percent. And just carrying it over, keep saying, I'm going to keep working on that thing when you know you're not really working on it. I think that you got to make it a situation, like you say all the time, you know what I mean, write it and make it plain. Yeah. Well, when you create it in your mind and you make it plain on the board, look at it every day. Mm-hmm. Make that plain. That's why they tell you with these things when you design them, to put them in places that you visit regularly. You walk around. If you make it, like, bro, I first hung mine up, I put it in a place where I may not look on a regular basis. I moved it. That defeats the purpose.
Put it in a place you look at, put it on your phone.
On your phone every day, a place that you look at regularly.
If you sit in a cubicle, put it right by your monitor.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, be mindful enough to understand that the things that need to go on that board need to not just be things that you feel like you fell short of, but also put some things on there that you're already doing actively well, because even those things need to be, if you associate the things that you have not been able to put all of your energy into, and you align them on this board or whatever you have, with things that you have been actively doing well, you're bringing those two worlds together. You're showing yourself, I'm the same person. All of this on here is me. I've been able to accomplish this on this side. I've been able to do well on this side. People have seen a difference in me on this thing here. I've helped people with this thing here. Why wouldn't I associate that with things that I'm not, reaching the peaks of the levels that I want to reach? Who knows? They say that, like you said, how's the statement go? If you hang around 4 millionaires, you're bound to be the fifth. You ever think about the concept? If you take some of the things that you're really doing good in and you associate with things you need help with, maybe some of that activity kind of just infects the things that needs to be improved.
Yeah. What do you think is the best approach of doing that?
Well, I think, once again, that
on the things that you need to work on, not the ones you're already doing good.
Okay.
On the thing, what do you think is the best approach of that?
I think the best approach of it is first honesty, right? You got to look at the things and say to yourself, am I false? Am I living false in this situation?
Right.
If you can look at the situation and identify where you're being tripped up, then you can get better balance, right? So I think that's the first thing. If you got somebody that you cool with, whether it's your significant other, your brother, your sister, a parent or somebody like that, or just your homeboy, homegirl, but they one of your most honest friends or honest people in your life, talk to them people about the things that you're trying to work on. Sometimes it's good. Like, they talk about accountability coaches and all that stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. Align yourself with people that's good at being accountable. Get near people who don't have accountability issues. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then those things that you have some of the things, that you're a little apprehensive about, those things, make sure that those are priorities that you put around those people.
Right.
That's why some people go to the gym together. They know they can't stay consistent, but they got the homeboy that go all the time. They say, "Dad, you know what I mean? I know it. That's my man I go to the gym with. But when we go, we get there and we put the work in that need to be put in. Get with that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say, basically, you got to get around a community that's doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Find a village.
Find your people.
Find your people that's going to call you on your stuff. Like the same ones that'll tell you, yo, man, you're doing great. That's telling you, yo, bro, you ain't been to the gym all week, or you ain't been doing this all week. What's going on? Everything all right? Get around them people. Don't get around them people, because, it ain't easy to do a lot of the stuff we talking about by ourselves. Trust me, we've been trying. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Or have we just been kind of, falsely living, this false sense of I'm working hard, but I'm really not. That's my answer to that situation. How do you improve those things? You gotta get around people that want to help you improve.
That's it.
If you get around people that continue to pacify behavior that does not, warrant growth and development, you will stay stagnant.
I got communities in everything that I do.
Yeah.
Everything that I do, that did that on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This space right here, Brock. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When you look at a DJ, it's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You getting around people.
Yeah, man. I understand what you're saying.
And just boom.
I understand what you're saying. Same concept that you use when it comes time to raise a child is the same thing that you're going to use when it's time to raise a different thing that you've been trying to get off the ground.
It is a child. Yep.
Right. And on top of that, this is the way they say it takes a village. It's the same thing. You got to find your right village.
There you go.
And it's going to help you to raise and elevate that situation to the next level. Yeah, that's what I think it is, man. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where we have to get out our pride box, right? Mm-hmm. We have to get out of the box of needing to be comfortable. So I'll say that I did this enough to be able to say that I made an attempt that really wasn't a real attempt. Right. And just be accountable. Usually behind accountability comes some form of growth.
I think they said it takes 10,000 hours to become
a master. A master or something. Yeah. And I used to have that broke down to the year and everything. I used to know. Yeah, I used to have that broke all the way down. But that's the thing, right? That's the thing more than anything else that you got to kind of remember, man. If you're not in a situation where you're not actively able to do it independently, then get around people that's going to help you be accountable. I'm telling you, the things that we talking about going into, I don't care what, new year, mid-year, quarter year, whatever you want to say, the end of the year, if you don't ever get around people who are helping you with some form of accountability, you will not get any better in any of the things that you do. You all right, bro?
Yeah. I'm looking at it. It's only 1.1 years. 1.14 years.
Yeah, it's not long at all. You know what I mean? That's if you're doing it
consistently.
Consistently. You know what I mean? You got to think, bro, on an average, even that book that we're reading right now dealing with, the way of the superior man. Yeah. It'll tell you need to do at least an hour a day. Yep. Right?
And that'll give you 365 hours a year.
Right. So, you know what I mean? It just doing that. And we do it with things that we may not even be counting. Yeah. And so that's the thing. Like we won't just do it with things that will make a difference. Like if you turn around and for a year you did 1 hour a day on something that you feel like you're passionate about, that's gonna make a change or a difference in your life. Like you said, that's 365 hours a year.
That's how I was, but that's how I was with DJing.
Right.
And an hour start turning into 3 because I'm so much in a rhythm and having fun. And you say all that to really think about it. You got a 9 to 5. And you're a person who actually has a technical side and understanding a certain system, a IT system or a billing system or anything like that, and you're spending at least, if you work 7 hours a day, at least 5 hours with it, because you might be on lunch. You got to take a lunch. You might got your 15-minute break, maybe half hour.
I understand what you're saying.
But the other time, you really on it.
Yeah.
The whole time. Yeah. So if you give yourself 4 or 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then next thing you know, you done did it for 25 years. Yeah. Yeah. You've been a master.
Mastered a long time.
That's why somebody said, it's doing what? Do this, that. You don't even realize it because you never cared about being a master at this. Yeah. Yeah. You just
which shows you
your strength.
Not only that, before we get into these questions, which actually shows you that we unconsciously do things all the time.
Yes.
What happens when we're consciously doing it?
There we go.
It shows you that, right? Unconsciously, like you said, the amount of time that you do it per day, you do that per year. You supersede that 10,000 hour thing. If you go 25 years, you've done it, enough time, multiple times.
Right.
And those are things that you're doing unconsciously.
Yep.
Those are things that you're just doing out of bare necessity. Unless it's something you have a passion where you're doing the thing that you love for you as a career, it's a different thing. For the most part, most people do that and master things that they have no desire to be a master of.
Right.
So imagine if you applied half of that feeling to the thing that you really want to master.
Absolutely.
Hence why I said what I said. It's easy to write the list of things that you struggle with and you carry over. It's like that job that you keep talking about, but you won't leave because you won't try to do something different versus the things that you really want to do that really don't get that full energy and effort.
Bruh, it's basically when anything, even at work, like I just used for an example, you say you may not want to do that. It was a time that you wanted to. That's why you went a little bit like me. When I was working on the system at work, I wanted to learn. I ain't want to just, because I felt like in the know and knowing what's going on is going to actually make the workday go faster because no problem is going to get in your way. As stuff comes, you would just knock it out, do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. So that was my goal of understanding and how I'm going to become better at this software. That's in my current position. Before that, going out and understanding when reading the meters and stuff, like you go this way, this and that, this how, like I had to, because I knew I was spending time with it every day. Mm-hmm. But I became a master when I'm just sitting here thinking about it. If I put the same effort in anything.
Yeah. And like you said.
And that's what DJ should.
Yeah, and that's what but on top of that, bro, if they stop paying you, we was talking about remember incentives a few minutes ago. If they stop paying you to do it, bro, you're not doing it.
No.
So now you've been the master of something that you have no interest in doing minus the incentive.
Yep.
But the incentives to do the things that you have a passion for or a calling and a purpose for, because you have to create those incentives, you don't work the same way.
Yep, there you go.
So we're gonna get into some questions, kind of like we did last episode. I don't have a particular title for this, but I would just say they're interesting questions.
Interesting questions. Welcome to another episode of Interesting Questions, where P's going to ask me some interesting questions. Let's get to it.
Absolutely, y'all. So, how did you spend the money from your very first job?
How did I spend the money from my very first job? I saved a little bit when I had something coming up. Talking about like any job, not like real job.
Whichever you want to consider to be your first job.
Yeah. And and then I also I saved a bunch of money, and then like little shit at the pizza shop, little cheese fries, and maybe bought a T-shirt or something, like, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was working at a little amusement center.
Okay. Basic question. I know the reason why I asked you that, kind of piggybacking off what tonight's show has been about. Asking that question to an average person, what did you spend from your very first job? Most people don't even remember. Mm-hmm. Other than, oh, man, I bought my first car, man. You know what I mean? I bought myself a chain or a watch or something like that, whatever, depending on whatever they was into. Mm-hmm. Somewhere that gets lost.
But it was never, you know what, I think it's like this for me, and I can easily explain it, because that was a goal for them before they started that job. It's probably why they got the job. Mm-hmm. Me, I didn't get the job because I wasn't really going nowhere and needed money like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We was cool. Mm-hmm. We asked mom and papa something, we pretty much got it. You know what I mean? But it was more so a form of freedom in me earning it. So I just rewarded myself.
Okay.
So the incentives was the freedom of really was to not have to ask them for nothing, even though I knew I can get it from them.
That makes sense.
So that's why I think I can remember, because I pretty much just spent it on,
the things that you just said.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's all. Yeah, that's why I can remember it like that. But I think people that say, I got my first car, I think that might have been, they might have started off, man, I need a car, I need to give me a job. Right. That might have been the thought in their mind. Right, in the beginning.
That was their incentive. Yeah. They started the job, the point I made in that situation is that they had an incentive.
That's good. That was good, though.
Yeah, they had an incentive before. And I think if we put the incentive in play before, like we was just talking about a few minutes ago, I think when you address those kind of questions, then you get the answers that make sense, and then you can create that longevity in those things. You know what I mean? Now you understand how that situation works. Yeah. What do you wish someone taught you a long time ago?
How to invest. And what I mean by that, I'm not even talking about necessarily like the next big stock or something like that. Mm-hmm. Just simple ones like dividend paying stocks, high yield interest accounts. And the reason why I say that is because it would have became a habit by now. Mm-hmm. And as it became a habit, I will constantly continue to do that. Like when a kid goes to church or whatever, and they taught to pay tithes, for some people that sticks for them forever. Mm-hmm. It's just naturally something they got to do. You know what I mean? So anyway we spend or we do things like that. And it also gave me the education that I got now. But I would have had it earlier. So those deposits would have just grown. And it basically, that is all not for a person to become rich, but for a person to set their future up a little better where they don't got to do as much later.
So if you had to sum it up.
Invest.
So you wish somebody would have taught you how to invest a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I had to answer that, I wish I would have learned how to take my time and learn things in pieces. And it was there, I just didn't pay attention to it. I know it was. So when I say I wish somebody would have taught me, it's more about me being willing to accept the education, not that it wasn't available to me.
There you go.
So I wish that I would have learned a lot earlier to value, even if I have to learn it in small pieces on, consistently, regularly. Because I think that process, the learning process, would have benefited me in so many other areas of my life now.
Right.
So I kind of learned those things a little bit later, how to learn in pieces, not needing to know how to do everything on day one.
Right.
So.
And what's crazy, when I speak about investing, like, I don't even know what triggered me to really want to understand that and learn it. But I don't know if you remember on one of these episodes, I asked you, if God give you one ultimate gift right now, what would it be? And then my answer was to be fully financial
literacy.
Yeah, financial
so you can be able to teach your people about finances and everything.
And I know now why I feel like that, because I see a lot of people with the same struggle. But it's just simple things that they could do, because it's not that none of them really have a problem with making money. It's how they manage it. And part of managing it is putting it where it can grow. You know what I mean? If somebody told you, hey, yo, when you come in the house, P, you take this cup and you sit it right here on this coaster.
Right.
And you get the right amount of liquid in it to turn green. When you wake up in the morning, it'll be $5 next to it. You're going to be in this bitch every night.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So that's, and it took work. It took some understanding. And what it's going to do is each day it's going to get easier for you to put it right on that spot, because you got to do it every day.
Yeah.
And the incentive is that 5. That's all.
I think that for me, I can say that the value of learning.
Right. I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. That might be it, man.
The value of learning. I think that when we did it when we were younger, it was like you got to go to school, you got to get good grades. And good grades was kind of the incentive, because if you got good grades and you got this, and there was a reward attached to getting good grades, even though that education was the most valuable piece of the reward. That
I
was
really
there.
just wanted to know.
Yeah, you just want to know. But we didn't understand, because once again, incentive based like that, we saw that if we got good grades, we got rewarded. But we missed the fact that in order to get the good grades, you had to literally be learning.
Yeah.
So we were getting rewarded in real time. We were looking for the after effect reward, which I think set us up for how life is now. When we kind of look now and look at the after effect reward, not looking at the in present time reward of it. I
can honestly say with me, if we was using that for an example, I really, like you said, enjoyed just learning and knowing. I got this thing with me that I never want to be the weakest link in anything.
Yeah.
I ain't got to be the best.
You say it all the time.
But I don't want to be the weakest link. And in tune, when you turn around and you actually practice to not be the weakest link, sometimes you end up being the best.
Yeah.
Because it's that day-to-day progress. You understand what I'm saying? You know, we use this for a lot of examples. I use Kobe a lot of times. Nobody would have thought that year in that draft that Kobe was going to be the best in the league at one point. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And nobody's seen that, but he put the work in. So my focus to always be consistent, just to be in the game and do these type of things. And I notice wherever I put my focus at, I always get better. So I just enjoy learning I love knowing. I don't want to be ignorant to anything. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a big deal for me, man.
I just think that I wish the practices, like I said, I would have appreciated the practices a lot more. I think it would have just set some regiments in place for me to continue to go through, and I think it would just have an impact.
I think the pieces part you said was really, really what it is.
Yeah, learning in the pieces. Because when you saw somebody being good, bro, like we would look at a person like you said using athletes, and we would try to go to the courts and emulate some of the things that they would do. And unbeknownst to us, we practiced it so many times that we just wanted to master that one move, not realizing the things that we had to put in place to learn the one move. You know what I mean? Consistently, over and over and over and over again. So I just wish that was one of those things that I would have enjoyed along the way and made more of a collective effort to get around when I was younger. You know, it was there. So I take that back. I wish I would have just took more heed to it. That's all. That one's a little deeper. We'll go there at some other point in time. I want to say, what subjects should be taught in school but aren't? So I know one of them we discussed a lot in terms of it was more direct than just financial literacy, but that aspect of it, I know that that's an easier one to say, financial literacy. But what do you think is one thing that you wish they taught more of in school?
Emotional intelligence.
Interesting.
Emotional intelligence. Another one it would be, a person that want to say Black history. History is something that needs to be pulled. I wish it was taught all the way across the board. Mm-hmm. For all nationalities and everything.
Got you.
But what we got to understand in life is the same way that they do with finances is, that's on us.
Yeah.
Because if they was to properly teach it, it would have to be individual classes, and that would create segregation again, in a sense.
Yeah.
But not to necessarily go that deep. That's just something we have to learn. But I would say emotional intelligence more than anything. Not letting your emotions take the best of you of anything. And that's not just, because I know how to stay calm and zen. No. We do everything from a feeling and emotions. Mm-hmm. So when we get this feeling, don't just react. Grab it and say, let's think about the next move.
Exactly.
I know I'm supposed to do something because I feel it. But what's the next move? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Really trying to get in tune. So whether it's you got to do meditation, whether you got to read, I don't, because school could still be just all they're doing is teaching you a book.
Yeah,
that's all they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing about it is, in terms of school, before we get to the next question, is school teaches you how to learn.
Yes.
It teaches you how to follow directions. You know what I mean? Sit down at your desk, be quiet when another person's speaking, work independently, work in groups. These are things that they teach you in school. You know what I mean? And then when you realize that the whole time it's grooming you for other things in your life when you're a kid, you don't see it because you just want to make sure you get through the day. Like, you're just trying to get in, get the lunch, get the recess, get the gym, and get out of there or whatever. You know what I mean? The highlights of your day are. But we're being groomed the entire time. So, yeah, I agree with you. There are certain things that I think that, just to reiterate what I said, we were learning it in pieces. School being one of those things that we was learning in pieces.
My bad,
man. New Year, man. Going.
It was some dust right there. I got on very quick.
Yeah. Okay. What's the best event you've ever attended?
My wedding.
Okay. And I'm not
saying that.
I mean, you make it more interesting. I mean, there are certain answers we would give, politically correct answers.
Best event I ever attended. That's not very easy for me to answer, but it's some stuff that stand out. Like I really enjoyed like certain concerts I've been to.
Okay.
Stuff like that. But best event will be more so something that maybe I would have learned from. And I can't even remember the name, but what stands out, I was at some event that was free. And it was people in the music industry speaking on a panel. You had Russell Simmons, Ludacris, and they were just giving game. And it was a good event, PodCon when we went. That was a great event. First of all, we was out. We was out together, running around, having a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we learned some stuff that day.
Yeah.
We heard some things that we didn't know.
Yeah.
That was in this, So it seems it's the value to me is what I get from it. Because a lot of these events I spoke on was free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of it, like bro, I'm telling you, whatever it is that stood out to you to make you put it in that category.
Right.
Whatever your list of
whatever it was, right.
That's what's up that you found that, because, you know what I mean, you could have easily went there and missed that. Whatever that thing is. Like you said, you're talking about PodCon, you're talking about other different events and stuff you've been around.
A Serato sample event.
One time. Different things. I mean, like,
it's so many different ones, so it's hard for me to answer for one. But the thing is that when you ask that question, I think it's a blessing and it's a joy that so many trigger off of my head. And I've been to so many more.
So a lot of these questions that I ask you, bro, is to, once again, remember, a good part of this conversation tonight has been about highlighting the things that we also do well. If I say what was the worst night of your life, you're going to have a list for that. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a list. These are the points that I'm making. But if you ask a person something as simple as, like I said before, the question I asked you about, like, this place or this event or this situation, you can't pick just one. That's great. That means that you live in a pretty good life. And if you can understand that you don't have just one, that means that you've been around some situations that have been very good for you. And that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Some people can't speak to having as many as you may have. That's something that maybe they need to change by, once again, getting around people who are more about breeding those type of thoughts in those kind of situations. You know what I mean? Some of these questions are very difficult to answer because you're blessed, not because you're burdened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you one more question, man, and then we'll close it out.
What's the best event you ever went to?
I'm like you. I share more than one. I think PodCon was awesome.
Yeah. I'm just asking because I just want to hear your list. That's
absolutely. I think PodCon was awesome. I've been to, other speaking events.
Right.
As a person who's a speaker, thinks from that and feels from that perspective. You know what I mean? I've enjoyed some of that. I have a list of different speakers that I think is great.
Right. See, it's even listening parties I've been to that was just
I've been blessed like you, bro, to have a list, and not just a specific,
right?
So, but like you, I found value in those things, I enjoyed them immensely.
Where were you?
Exactly. Last but certainly not least, I'm gonna ask you a good one to close it out. Okay, if you could choose your dreams, what would you prefer to dream about? We'll make that the closeout question.
Peace. Eternal peace. And I'm not saying that I'm not peaceful. But you know what? That's too broad. And the only reason why I say that is because
I agree. I was going to say it.
Because even when a person is in eternal peace,
yep,
it's still going to be moments that they have to work through.
Yeah.
So, dreams, just really being successful, and everybody's vision of success is different.
Right.
And I would love to be working in this space this same space that we doing right now, me as a DJ, but with enough financial stability coming from it for generations. Because now you take out the element of me having to, I'm still earning.
Okay.
But got to focus on this, focus on that to make sure this and that. We still got to do all that. But you know that you really got enough financial resources for the next 2 generations in your family. Now you're just purely doing it for love, in my opinion. You're not doing it for the money. Because I think that what a man truly wants is to be able to take care of his family while on earth and know when he's not here, they're still good. Because as a provider, that's your ultimate goal, your job every day. I got to get up to make sure everything that I'm responsible for in my family, in my love, in my life is okay. So the stability, not to just ball and do all that, I think that in that I want to see how my creative mind would be with none of the worry of that in that area. Because you still got to make sound decisions with that finances. It's emotional deposits you got to give into your loved ones. So you still got to be a stand-up person and work on yourself. But I think that me and you are like pretty decent, great guys. But if we have anything that not necessarily is a bother, but we might have to focus on that, I got to bust a move on real quick, it'll be in that finance area. But if you take that out the equation, that feeling of not the worry, because I'm saying it wrong, but the hustle and the buck, we'll do stuff so much off of love because we, for example, like this. You know why we do this. I ain't even got to say it on air, but we know why we do this. Right. So that's what it.
So that's what your dream would be.
That's what my dream would be.
Now I'm talking about go to sleep dream. Like I know. Yeah. All right. I got you. I was right there with you.
No. I know what you meant.
Yeah. So if my dreams, for anybody who was following along, answering the questions too. If you choose, if you could choose your dreams, what would you prefer to dream about? And I think that just to fall in line with what you're saying, I think that I would prefer my dreams be from a place of stability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's basically what I mean.
Yeah, I understood exactly what you was talking about. Yeah. Everybody know they know how you do.
Yeah, get a little anime. I throw it off the glass.
Right.
Back off the glass, can rock. Left hand. I'm right-handed.
Yeah. The rock. That's what he like to do. So anyway.
Wait a minute.
Anyway.
Why would you do me like that?
Why would you said it? I didn't do you like anything. That's crazy, right? So
yeah, pause.
But
do me like that, and you didn't do me like anything. Damn.
Yeah. Well, you handling the rock. So you got bigger issues, man.
Stop.
I'm telling you about my dream, and my dream now got you handling rock in it.
Where is that? Now Zon's here.
Now, yeah. So anyway, long and short of that, if I had these terms in my dreams, stability. Obviously, I think for me at this point in my life, that's the main thing, stabilizing things, man. Having the in the event that this, basically the same things that you were saying.
Yeah.
In the event that this presents itself, there's an immediate solution to it.
Yeah.
I think that's that. I think if you can dream it, then you can achieve it. And I think that if you find a way to, once again, actively list and address, even if it's in small bite-sized pieces, on a regular basis, I think that you will eventually get to at least a better place or closer to that. So
I want people to understand this real quick before we come out to questions. Even when people have collections, when you're known for collecting something after a while,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Things kind of come to you.
You're saying like
It could be
like
sneakers, sneaker collections.
Okay, I got you.
A sneaker collector knows how to get sneakers.
Right, I understand what you're saying. I got you.
A car collector, somebody might say, "Oh, listen, I'm looking for Jay Leno might say because he got a great car collection, a 1930 something, and then somebody might call him a month later. I found one.
Right.
That's because he's in that. He's so into that. My point is, you make that happen. Mm-hmm. They made that important.
Yeah.
Because they're into collecting that. But what's good with them is that they actually follow their feelings. Mm-hmm. This is why I talked about, because I'm just recapping, emotional intelligence. The emotional intelligence is not just about keeping yourself calm.
Right.
That's just what's highlighted.
Right.
No, emotional intelligence is really understanding what moves you.
Right.
What you feel when you around certain things in art.
Right.
It's different parts of art. Some people are artists that paint. Some write.
Right.
Whatever moves them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it has to be. They become a collector of knowledge when it comes to that.
Okay.
It became important. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Take us out of here, bro.
That was another session or episode of Interesting Questions. Let's go. And this was episode, what's up?
222.
222, like Rick Ross said.
222, yes, sir.
You can hear episode 222 and all your favorite episodes and all the episodes from 1 to 221 on all your favorite podcasting streaming sites like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audible, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. Pete, tell them where they can see us.
You can catch us each and every week right on our YouTube channel at The Porch Podcast. As we say each and every week, if you have not done so already, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the content and leave messages as we respond to all of them. As we say each and every week, we realize that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And we appreciate you. This has been episode 222. We thank you all for tuning in. See y'all on the next one, family. Happy New Year once again.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Who on the porch?
Let's go.